All right. What is going on, everybody? So we're doing pretty good today. Anyways, so what I wanted to do today is just go over some state of play videos. One second here. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. So, since I don't know if y'all saw it, but I do have the Wolverine game. Not the Insomniacs version of Wolverine. It is actually the. Sorry about that. Get in some natural light. I do have the old Wolverine game. I'll be right back. I'll show you. It's right over there. I don't know if y'all saw this, but I have it. I actually pinned the comment of me having it in what was it? The video that says like what to do while waiting for Insomniac's Wolverine game. Anyways, we have that. I just wanted to do a little bit of a state of play reaction first. If there's any particular video that y'all want to see, I'll actually let y'all look at it real quick at the list in a second. So here we go.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority, same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the endgame is, we won't see it coming.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Tell me, what do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting. I suppose this is another teachable moment.
PlayStation
All right, so is there another game that y'all want to see? I thought that was pretty cool. The one thing that I thought was familiar was that that yellow car he was driving a stick shift with. It looks similar to like a 1970s Mustang, like a fastback. That's the only. That's the only thing I wanted to say about that. Let me know in the chat if there's a different video that you would like to see. I will be watching it on my phone too, so that way we can see everything in the comments as well. But yeah, let's get started on the next video. If there is a particular one, let me know which one you want to see.
Alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players. Pursuing lives of adventure, warfare, and prosperity, they share this existence in the biggest single shard, free-to-play MMO of all time. Set 21,000 years in the future, EVE takes place in a distant cluster of over 7,000 star systems known as New Eden. It is a rich and diverse universe featuring densely populated havens of relative safety governed by 4 great empires. Hostile systems where player alliances make the rules. Even regions of anomalous and unexplored space that hold their own secrets. You play as a Capsuleer, a revered breed of highly trained pilot, having achieved immortality through the use of cloning technology. You navigate the universe encased in an armored capsule deep within your ship, where you have complete neural control and function as one. There are hundreds of ships to fly in Eve. Everything from small, nimble craft and versatile mid-range vessels to formidable warships and colossal freighters. Each has advantages and suited roles, but all are completely customizable as you decide how to equip and arm them. What you do in New Eden is entirely up to you. Eve's immense sandbox gives you the opportunity to choose between multiple professions and activities. The key to this unique customization of your playstyle is skill training. This is a passive process, and it continues whether you are in or out of game. As a new player, you can focus on one specific area in order to quickly reach the same level of specialization as a veteran. So be adventurous and explore new avenues of development for your character, as you can always change role and reinvent yourself if desired. If you want to fight, combat in Eve can involve solo missions against non-player adversaries, or small group skirmishes, while for some, it can even be the thrill of fleeting up with thousands of fellow pilots and battling over disputed territory. If you want to explore, then the discovery of uncharted space and ancient regions that promise riches, danger, and adventure await you. You can also engage in the business of prosperity, be it industry, mining, or even interstellar piracy. The beauty of life in New Eden is that all of these activities, and many more, can be done alone or with others. A unique in-game market, unprecedented in scale and degree of player control, is the beating heart of New Eden. Players are responsible for the manufacture of almost everything you can buy or sell. The gathering and refinement of resources, the building of ships, equipment, and even some space stations. Eve's players are core to how the universe is filled and how the economy thrives. Players in Eve can band together to form corporations where they can enrich their experience, learn new elements of gameplay, and share their wealth and goals. When these player-run corporations grow to become larger entities, they can merge with other corps to form alliances. Powerful alliances regularly compete for control and influence over large areas of space, waging wars and engaging in record-breaking battles. Even taking down well-defended, sprawling, player-built space stations. In the spirit of exploration and mystery, new content and experiences are constantly introduced into the universe, with over a decade of free expansions leading to continual development and evolution of gameplay. While every action and decision has consequences for the universe and its hundreds of thousands of players, the game remains very much about your unique adventure and story. A story that will forever be woven into the fabric of Eve.
Oh.
Patrol here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
That guy? No, he's close. Where did he go?
We've lost sight of the enemy. Find him. We're under fire. Enemy position unknown.
Loading like this? It's a revolution.
All right, Commander. Good, baby.
Take this! Here comes another one!
You won't get away from me.
Time for you to taste some real pain!
What's the matter? I'm over here. Go back to your own world. See you in hell.
I'll grind you into nothing.
What the?
Gotcha! Gotcha!
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that one did seem very weird. I thought that was actually gonna be something about a remaster. That's what I thought it was gonna be. I had no expectation that it was gonna be something new. I'm not gonna lie about that, but wow, that was very interesting. The Metal Gears trailer, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is the Metal Gears trailer. Very, very interesting. But let's see here. What other game do we have that we can look at? There is. Okay, we have Neo 3. Ninja Gaiden. Ragebound, Marvel Token Fighting Souls, Sea of Remnants, Bloodstained, Romeo is a Dead Man, Neo 3, Pragmata, Final Fantasy Tactics, Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is something that we should watch, What in the world is Metahuman Official Unreal Fest? Huh. Definitely something we gotta watch. What else is there? You seen any of the new Nintendo stuff that is coming out for the Switch 2? No, I haven't. I should probably work on saving up for a Switch. The other thing that we have is The Witcher 4 that we can watch as well. But yeah, if there's something that y'all want to see, let me know in the chat and I'll do that. Just won't be able to see my face because on Scene 3 I can't have a camera there, unfortunately. So it happens. But I don't own the rights to those videos. I'm just using them in the live stream, or the music. I'm just showing the trailers for them because the State of Play happened 3 days ago, but there is one happening today at 2 Pacific Coast time, and that'd be 5 Eastern time, and the rest of the world, I have no clue what other time that would be. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for today's State of Play for June 6th announcement. But yeah, if there is something that you want to see, let me know. I am more than willing to put it on the channel. I'll actually look up some Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. And Trevor, are we talking like gameplay or just videos of the Nintendo Switch? Ooh. Oh, both. Okay, well. I am feeling like a rookie. No. Pause. Holy Toledo, are you taking forever? Video. Okay, so Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. Okay, I will look that up. Nintendo Switch 2 unboxing. Holy cow. This dude, Russ Vandy, bought a lot of stuff for that. Yeah, we'll do the launch trailer. And then, ooh, Nintendo Life as well. So, hang on a second. And yes, I know I was just quoting Robin Williams there from Aladdin. I tend to do that a lot. Okay, pause video. Just pause. Pause. Why is it not pausing? Thank you. I wanted you to pause anyways. Okay. Stop, you crazy thing. Stop. Okay, I don't know. Check out the new Donkey Kong for Nintendo Switch. So I'll do the trailer for the Nintendo Switch 2 launch first, and then we'll do all the games for it, which is all 24 games coming to Nintendo Switch 2 at launch. So, give me a second. And scene 3, end of the mic. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, now I can totally understand why people wanted to get the Nintendo Switch. But that is definitely something I've got to save a lot of money for. Because, man, that looked like fun. The Donkey Kong, I know I saw Cyberpunk 2077 and a few other games that I don't know the name of. But I know I saw Zelda there too. Well, it was actually Link, not Zelda. Zelda's a princess. But Link was riding a horse, which was interesting. I still need to play Twilight Princess first before I play any other Zelda game on the channel. So, there's that. The Donkey King... Ugh, I almost said Donkey King. Donkey Kong game looked interesting too. That's the crazy thing. It does look really impressive, but it's ridiculously pricey. Yeah, it is. It happens though. It's just certain pricing and economical stuff. But anyways, I'm not going to get into that political mumbo jumbo on the channel. I'm just going to focus on the gaming. That's what we're here for, right? So, let's see here. Now we're on to the 24 games, if I'm not mistaken. Launch. Yeah, all 24 games. Okay. Give me a second. Bada bing, bada boom.
Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today we're going to take you through every single game that will be launching with the Nintendo Switch 2 Day 1. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have a total of 24 games that will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2 the same day it comes out, which is... Has there ever been a launch that substantial? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's get into it. Starting things off, we have the big dog itself. Yes, we have Mario Kart World. I'm sure I don't need to say much about this. You've probably already seen the trailer, but if you haven't, this is essentially an open world Mario Kart game. This is not a drill. I'm super excited for this. This is Nintendo's first party effort, but it's not their only first party effort because we also have Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Admittedly, this game does look a little bit like it should be a pack-in title, and apparently it isn't. We don't know how much it's going to cost, or at least that information isn't available at the time of recording, but this is kind of like a showcase of the Nintendo Switch 2's capabilities, including things like how it functions and like where the magnets are in the console to hold the Joy-Con on, and all those sort of things, and there's like little golf mini games and stuff like that. There's quite a lot in here, but it really feels like it should be a pack-in title. But
let's go!
but it's not. We also have Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And if you already own these games and you've got Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack thing, you'll be able to get these games day one, upgraded for free. That is actually a nice little bonus. In a way, these are kind of like the pack-in games. Admittedly, you do have to own the original versions of the game. You can't just get these for free, but, you know, how many people won't? I mean, there's bound to be some, but it's not many. The updated graphics and the frame rate here, it's just to die for, and I'm really looking forward. I'm probably going to end up starting these games again, or at least I would if I didn't have to work on all the other games that we've got on this list, because it's going to take me forever. I don't know how we're going to cover all of these. Next up, we have Street Fighter 6, and this comes in two versions. I'm not counting it as two games, but it comes in two versions. You've got the standard version, and you've got the Years 1 to 2 Fighters Edition, which is a horrible title. I'm sorry, Capcom. I've not actually given Street Fighter 6 a go at all yet, so I'm really keen to be able to do it finally on Switch, and I've got to be honest, this looks like a damn fine port. There's also a load of new amiibo coming with this as well, some new like proper statuette amiibo and amiibo cards. Fun! We also have Split Fiction, and I was really hoping that this would come to Switch too, and I'm very, very happy that it is. Not only that, but on launch day as well. This is by the same people who did It Takes Two, and I loved that game, so I'm desperate to give this one a go. We also have Hogwarts Legacy, which is still running at 30 frames a second, but it does at least look a lot better than it did on Switch 1. We also have Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition, which, oh lordy, I've played the more recent Hitman games a bit, not nearly as much as I would like. There was a Cloud Edition released on Switch, and that was certainly something. But this is the real McCoy. This is the real deal. I really love the sort of the emergent gameplay you get from these. That's the buzzword, isn't it? Emergent gameplay. You can do the assassination however you like. You can throw a briefcase at them. You can make them slip up on a banana skin as they show. It looks great. I know it's going to be great, and that's all I need. Next up, we have Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster, and I've got to be brutally honest, this looks more like an upscale port than anything else. I mean, admittedly, it's only called Remaster, but I mean, it's not very impressive to look at. I did enjoy Bravely Default on the 3DS, and it'd be fun to play through it again, but I can't help but feel that this is one of the more underwhelming announcements here. That might just be me, though. Tell me I'm an idiot in the comments if that's the case. Moving on, we have Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. And a load of people were asking why we got Yakuza Kiwami on Switch and not Yakuza 0, and apparently it's because they wanted to do a Switch 2 version. Fair enough. We also have Deltarune, and whilst Deltarune has been available on Switch, at least chapters 1 and 2 have, this includes chapters 3 and 4 as well, so unless I'm very much mistaken, you're getting twice as much as we got on Switch 1. I actually have Undertale now, finally, so I've got no excuses. I should probably play it. Next up, we have Sid Meier's Civilization 7. Now, we did have a Switch 1 version of this, and I reviewed it, and I really enjoyed it, but it is a bit of a bitter pill to swallow that it's coming out on Switch 2 so soon after the original, and you have to pay for an upgrade. It's like, oh, come on, throw us a bone. Even so, I am keen to see what this is like with mouse controls. I actually like the controller, like standard controller controls, but it's always nice to have options. It's always nice to have options. Next up, I don't know whether this was announced or anyone knew anything about this before. Survival Kids? I don't really know what to make of this. It looks all right. It doesn't really look like my cup of tea. It does definitely look like it's aimed towards kids, but who knows? Maybe it's a diamond in the rough. Maybe it's one of those things where no one will remember it in 5 years' time. We just don't know. Up next, it's a biggie. It's Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, and when this was announced, I was like, oh yeah, that's good. That's a good thing to put out. And then when they said this was coming out launch day, I was just, oh my god. This is coming out on launch? How did they sit on this? How did this not get leaked? it's good, don't get me wrong, but I have never properly given this the time of day. I have played it briefly. There was a free trial you could get on Xbox for a while, and it may have been on other platforms as well, and you could play like the first 2 hours or something like that. I can't quite remember. And I just couldn't get stuck into it. Maybe because I knew I wasn't going to be able to put more than 2 hours in before paying for it. But, you know, now's the time, clearly. Now's the time. Next up, and apologies in advance for the pronunciation of this, Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. Actually, that pronunciation, maybe it wasn't too bad. This is kind of like a strategy, action-based game, and it's got various elements of, like, tower defense and things like that. I can't quite wrap my head around it from what I've seen online, but it does look interesting, and it's not the game that would normally be on my radar, and so it's quite exciting that it is for Switch 2. So how about that? Moving on, we have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, which is Puyo Puyo Tetris again. I like Puyo Puyo, I like Tetris, but I've got to be honest, the extra bonus features in this game I never really got along with, at least on the original version on Switch. Like the story mode and stuff like that, I just don't need it, just doesn't appeal to me. Feels like it's written by a 13-year-old, I'm sorry. But this does come with some new gubbins. It's got a new doubles mode, which allows you to play on the same column? Map? What would you call it? Play area? So you can have 2 people in one game, which is actually pretty cool. And you can also have mouse controls if that tickles your pickle. Next up, it's Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. And this is interesting because this was announced as coming on the 30th of May on Switch 1. And so the Switch 2 version is coming just like 6 days later? I'm sure there are going to be plenty of people who aren't going to buy the Switch 2 but still want to play this game on their Switch 1. But it does sort of feel like, just wait 6 days and get the Switch 2 version. We also have, apologies for pronunciation on this one as well, Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening Complete Edition, which from what I can tell from my research is kind of a sort of a management sim, kind of, I suppose in a bit way, almost a bit like Football Manager in some way, but it's more about unifying Japan. Presumably by force. It's another one of those games that wouldn't have been on my radar, so it's quite exciting to see it coming to Switch 2. And next up, this one would definitely be on my radar, Fast Fusion. I saw this and I knew immediately that this was a sequel, or at least a follow-up, to Fast RMX and indeed Fast Racing Neo and Fast Racing. If you didn't know, Fast RMX was a launch title for the Nintendo Switch, and it was one of the few launch titles, and it was absolutely stunning. It blew loads of people away, myself included, because it was an absolute stunner. And I have every confidence that that's going to be the same again here, because the compression from the live stream did not like it, which means there's a lot of fine detail going on here. Oh, is this going to be another 4K 60 game like Metroid Prime? We also have Fortnite to look forward to, which I suppose isn't entirely surprising. You know, the Switch has a huge install base, and I know that Fortnite isn't exactly supremely liked on the Switch just because it's not a great version of the game, so it should run better. Well, we can see it runs better on Switch 2. Fingers crossed that it will do the game justice. I say that, I haven't played it in about 4 or 5 years, so maybe take my opinion with a pinch of salt. We also have Arcade Archives 2 Ridge Racer. Not what I said in a recent video where we talked about the Direct where I called it Ridge Racer 2. It's Arcade Archives 2, which is like a new version of Arcade Archives, or at least a new system for Arcade Archives, which includes some new features like rewind, save states, and online. Pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but that naming convention, it tripped me up. And finally, we have the 3 GameCube games that are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX. Now, I've played The Wind Waker to death, absolutely. Soul Calibur, I've never really played. I did buy it, actually, surprisingly recently. And F-Zero GX, never even touched it. Often wanted to, never been able to find a copy for a reasonable price, so I am dead keen to give this one a go. And that is it. At the time of recording, those are the 24 games that will all be available day 1 on the Nintendo Switch 2. That is a lot, and no doubt, there'll be some more announced between now and then. Not guaranteed by any means, but I think it's quite likely. it's quite likely, and I welcome any new additions. What do you make of this starting lineup? Do you think it's fantastic? Do you think it's a little bit lacking? If you do, what's wrong with you? But by all means, you're allowed to have that opinion. Let us know if that's the case with a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you watch out for the release of that new subscribe button? It's out now, and be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
Okay, wow, that was a lot of games. A few of them did. Let's see that. The second, like, what was it? I think it was that second Link game or whatever, where you were able to ride a horse. But again, it looked way too cartoony. But yeah, they were pretty cool. If I had to get the Switch though, yeah, it looked okay. Just, I'm not into too like cartoony looking games though. Because that's why I really loved the Twilight Princess game. That game was the chef's kiss perfect. That's what I mean by the fingers. It was perfect. But yeah, oh, such a great game. The Twilight Princess one. Let's see here. What other games were there that it said was coming out? Nintendo Switch 2 games. Yeah, I agree. Completely way too cartoony. Me too. I don't know how I feel about those cartoony looking stuff. Let's see here. The Donkey Kong one looked good. Oh, Donkey Kong Bonanza, that's what it's called. Let's see here. Yeah, Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Definitely want to play that. Oh, it's coming out July 17th. Okay. Oh, I definitely have a lot to save up for. Oh, that's cool. I have no idea what the Dusk Bloods is about, but okay. Street Fighter 6, Split Fiction, Madden 26 is now going to Nintendo Switch? That is crazy. Okay. Mario Party Jamboree. And that looks like fun. Yeah, other than that, I'd probably just get the Mario Kart stuff, really. They didn't show Donkey Kong in that vid because of what you discovered right there, coming out July. Oh, okay. Well, you know what we could do is actually look it up here. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Alright, so we're going to look it up right here by Nintendo. It was a video from 2 months ago. I still want to play that game, though. I'm not going to lie. Okay. No, stop playing. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to switch it over. And we'll watch the video in full screen in a second. And we'll go from there. Boom. Alright, in general, I'd be stoked because Donkey Kong is my favorite character, and for years I've wanted to make a 3D open world Donkey Kong game. Now they've done it, but I don't know how I feel about these graphics. What, you don't like how it looks? Or it looks different for you? Because to me, it looked like fun. Yeah, don't know if I like how it looks. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see here. What's the other game that... Oh, Witcher 4. That's what we needed to react to. Okay, so 1 second. Donkey Kong Bonanza, yeah. Man. Looked like fun. Stellar Blade PC motion comic trailer. Huh. Alright, not bad, not bad. Okay. Get rid of that. Yeah, wow. Man. Okay, well, let's switch it over and watch The Witcher 4.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in the game. Right now, Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village. All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one, since you're gonna...
What if you can create your own?
Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri. Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Not her again.
Not even at the Lan Exeter Fair! Now, 9 gazes while I present him with a fish. For the furry rascal will often wait, and the fair's weight grants good fortune. For this feat, I ask for your generosity.
Pardon.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is. Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together. Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Last of it, is it? Ready to race.
Silver, round ones, what jingle in the purse.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series Quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, Witcheress. One using my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton.
While Ciri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon me lady's after one of them.
Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest? Into seeing something more. Got mackerel cod, all Brexit's finest.
And there is tons of tech at play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Ciri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal's systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Ciri? We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
Onward, Kelpie. We've worked to do.
We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics quality. And of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees. just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry. So we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways. And as you probably noticed with the wind effect, they even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost. Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here. Lots of details. But this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation. But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel. Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the mainline as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7. Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and Lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles. And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about chaos physics. For chaos cloth, we improve our cloth-to-cloth constraint solution. This removes a lot of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other. Even for complex setup like Series Cape, we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flesh, we introduce procedural muscle activations to make deformation and motion more natural. Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time. We now support the baking of fluid surface data into lightweight assets to be played back at low cost. This is going to give you high-fidelity water without the performance cost of real-time fluid simulation. For animation, we work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their interaction. Well, that works no matter the angle of approach. That's our Modes character motion matching solution. We also added motion matching in Sequencer to build stitch tracks. With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic. Also, we now have a secondary layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebacks. And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also move them to worker threads. This is really going to help you create scenes that are crowded and lively. Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance. And the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry.
Sleep, is he? The ploughing plonker. Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract.
With Virna Gyro! Oi! The devil's out there! Where's it running from? Lepiota, shield her.
Salt. Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
Dearest daughter, I've watched ye grow from a devilishly curious child into a remarkable young lass with much grace, wisdom, and kindness. Take the easy times what shape us, nay. 'Tis how we rise to face the hard times what does that for us. You've an heart of gold. You've the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling, sweeten. Today's the day ye fill out your destiny. Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
A witcher? Witcher! Whose coin did ye take? Nay, you can't. 'Tis tradition. Chosen she is, by the gods.
No! You chose her. Back to the village. Go, now.
Nay! I must save them! Save the village!
Save yourself! Run! To shelter! To your father! Run!
You can't change anything!
The village! It's tradition! I was chosen to bring salvation! So thank you!
She were to go to the woods. The chosen one. It's tradition.
Oh no, no, no.
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
Alright, that was pretty cool. Music was good too. That's crazy how much game footage that was. Anyways, yeah, it was intense. Whew. Let's see here. What else can we react to? Mortal Kombat, Legacy Classic. You know what we could react to is that, what in the world is Metahuman? I have no idea, but now it's got me intrigued. Which is owned by IGN. So Metahuman official Unreal Fest 2025 trailer state. Alright. Unreal technology gets better and better every time. Yeah, I mean, I even saw some gameplay of the Unreal version for what was that game that sorry, Red Dead Redemption 2. They did some stuff for that too. I was just whoa. It was shocking. I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing how good it looked. Anyways, let's go look at the Metahuman game. I think it's a game.
Don't you answer me back! It's true.
tell you so. When one of us stands, our fight is not over.
Welcome, Enzo.
Not this way.
Okay, I guess that was just like a snippet of games that are gonna come out, so that's pretty cool. I thought it was interesting how they did it that quickly. But yeah, tomorrow I'll probably do the same thing again. For the live stream, I'll just do a reaction to the. Oh yeah. Hang on, I'll look it up right now. Unreal. First game. The first game that was. Okay, what was the first game? The original Unreal game came out in 1998. Oh, it was a first-person shooter game. I have no idea what the first shooter game was. But anyways, yeah, it was 27 years ago that it came out, the first shooter game that they did. But yeah, their technology is really good. But yeah. Let's see here. So what I could do today is get started on recording for the Wolverine game and also catching up on the Assassin's Creed 2 game. So we'll be playing those two games and we'll be live streaming The Force Unleashed 1 and 2 until we get closer towards the birthday of Batman Arkham Knight, which is super cool because then we'll be live streaming that game as well. I see you finished Arkham City. Can't wait to check that out. Yeah, once the only stuff that I have left, Trev, for Arkham City is just the side missions. So it's the identity theft, the Riddler prisoners, and also the political prisoners. I'll do the virtual reality stuff off camera and get those done as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's left for Arkham City. And then I'm finished with the game unless people want to see me do Harley Quinn's Revenge. I'll do that as well. I still need to find out how to get all those balloons in Harley Quinn's Revenge. Because I can find most of them. I've never been able to find all of them. Batman Arkham videos, they got a vid for that. I definitely will. In fact, I'll even take a... You know what I can do is actually just look it up right here. But yeah, if there's anything else y'all want to see on the channel, let me know in the chat, and I'll get started on those games. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else that's new. But I will be right back in a second. Hang on. Alright, so is there any other games that y'all would like to see real quick on the live stream? There is, on IGN, there is the, let's see here, Final Fantasy Chronicles. Nah, that one doesn't look interesting to watch. Pragmata, Mortal Kombat Legacy. That looks okay. Sea of Remnants, or the Marvel. You know what we can do is Marvel Tokens. And then I'll see about... What in the world? Romeo is Dead Man does not look good at all. Okay. But yeah, let me know which games I should play on PC as well when I get one, because I'm thinking about getting one, and that'd be pretty cool to play some games on PC for the channel. What kind of PC you thinking of getting? Just a regular Alienware one. I'm not too sure, really. I know that Alienware has some pretty good graphics. It's just gonna be like a regular laptop. That's what I was planning on getting. Yeah, like, it's very similar to the one you have. In fact, I'll see about... Where is it? Best Buy here. Alienware computers. Laptop. Plus, it'd be better to use for, it would be better for streaming too, since I'm using my Mac, and Mac is really temperamental about certain streaming stuff. So, yeah, gonna need something else that will work with my streaming apps and stuff. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, best match. Dang, they're almost like $2,000. Sheesh. Wow. Let's see here. Shoot. I'm gonna have to let you decide which one's better, Trev. Non-touch screen, Bluetooth, built-in jack, headphone jack, microphone input, media card reader, numeric keypad, number of Thunderbolt ports. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna let you look at it. I have an X51R3. X51R3, huh? RX5. Oh, well, I have no clue where that is. Boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum. RX. Sorry, X51. X5. 1. R3. Well. Doom 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 doom. Well, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna. Hang on, Trev. I'll let you see the screen that I have first, because this is. I'm looking in the wrong direction, I think. So hang on. To be honest, I probably would get that 16 Aura one. Anyways, yeah, that's probably gonna be the one that I'd get. Since it's, I think, the cheapest one. But yeah, it's roughly around 1,500. And I think I would, if not, I would talk to the, I'd also get the one that's closest to like maybe 1,700. Since, Alienware is really good for gaming, so I just want to see which one's the best choice. So let's see, they have one that's 2,700, almost $2,000, almost 2,700, 2,100, almost $2,000. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, Alienware is. Whew. All right. Yeah, my best choice would be the Alienware 16 Aura 16-inch 120 hertz gaming laptop, QHD plus Intel Core 7 240H with 32 gigabytes of memory. That'd probably be my best choice. Or the one that's slightly more expensive than that one is the 240 hertz. I think it's hertz, what is what HZ means. But yeah, those would probably be my best choices. Especially since this one has more. What is HZ anyways? I'll have to look it up. Hertz, yeah. Alright, that's what I figured. I was just making sure I didn't sound uneducated. Yeah, that's. Oof. Alright, let's see here. So, yeah, if I wanted something with. What is it that has. What's the RAM on the other ones? Oh, it doesn't give us RAM. Okay, so if I wanted something with more RAM to it, or memory, I'd have to go with the one that's. Jiminy Christmas. So, the other one is the M16 R216, and that's really close to $2,000. You should do some research on ChatGPT, see what they recommend for, and how good each one is. Yeah, definitely need to do that. Because I want to see which one has some good RAM to it. Gaming series. Yeah. Oof. There's only 3 computers that are close to $2,000 or under $2,000. But the third one is the M18 R218 165 hertz. But the one that is almost $1,900, that has more hertz to it than the other one does. So but the other one that is almost $1,700 has the same amount of hertz as the one that is almost $2,000. So yeah, I'll have to look, because man, it would be nice to have a gaming PC that I could use for the live streams, and it would work with my consoles as well, so I don't have to worry about too much issues with my OBS Studio, which is what I'm using for my live streams right now, and I can make that an easier download for it, so that way I can show my face while I'm reacting to state of play videos and other things as well. So that'd be pretty nice to have something that actually works for my OBS Studios. But anyways, front facing camera, headphone jack. Do I really use headphones? Nah, I don't really use them. Anyways, what was that thing that I was looking at first? So, Witcher, we did that. We did Nintendo Switch 2. MetaHuman, we did that. Yeah, I would have to see which one ChatGPT is recommending that works with my OBS and my Elgato capture card, because if a gaming laptop that works with that, I can get that, I'd definitely save up for it, because it'd be nice to use my Mac for other things instead of just... So, for example, I could use my Mac here for research on other games and stuff for, like, personal use, but the gaming PC I would use... gaming laptop I would use for the channel. The other thing that I will react to real quick is the Marvel Tolkien Fighting Souls trailer, and then I'll end the live stream after that. But anyways, let's get started on that real quick. Let me know in the chat which game you are looking forward to. It could be Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, you name it. That's pretty much it for me. But yeah, it would... does the Alienware one that you have, Trev, does that work for a monitor? Or do you have to use a different laptop or something for that? I got distracted there. So does your Alienware port thing work for monitors, or is it just like a laptop only thing? The Alienware X51R3, I mean. Okay. Okay. We are going to do scenes, and then we'll go back to the Marvel game real quick.
手並み拝見と行こう。君のことは親友だと思っているが、やるしかないようだな。ビブラニウムのシールドだけでは私のアーマーには勝てないぞ。よし、本気でやるぞ。つらえくらえ、おいたまよ、耐えてみせろ。
任せてちょうだい。パンチ。私の名前の通りマーベラス。
親愛なる隣人スパイダーマンだ。スパイリーセンス。今日もお見事大勝利。
俺とやり合うってか。調子が出てきたぜ。俺様の名はスターロード。胸に刻んでおきだ。覚悟しやがれ。シュートベルト締めたターゲット。イーストロス流のスペシャルメニューお願いするぜ。いやベイビー。その目に焼き付け貧弱なる。やれ。
援護する。風よ荒れ狂え。たとえ人々に嫌われていても私は世界を守る。さあ耐えられるかしら。
正義のためにこれが私のとっておきだ。
こっちだよ。
全てを焼き尽くしてやる。
抱かれなさいせや。
またなベイビー。
我々のチームワークは絶対に破れない。
マーベル闘魂ファイティングソウルズ。
All right, that worked pretty good. I know it was 8 minutes long, but I'm trying to see what else there is. Yeah, get a TV with HDMI ports and plug directly in with HDMI cables. That was interesting. Yeah, I can do that. I have a TV right next to me, to my left. But anyways, yeah, that was interesting. I wonder if they're gonna do any more characters besides just Doctor Doom, Captain America. No, it was Miss Marvel or Kamala Khan. Anyways, and then the fourth one was, who was it? See, so it was, oh, it was also Star-Lord. So then there was Iron Man, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and then who was the last one? I know it's gonna bug me. I know Iron Man's in there. Iron Man, Spider-Man, Johnny Cage. Storm. I think that was the other one I forgot. Or am I forgetting somebody else? I don't know. But yeah, the other reason I plan on getting that gaming PC, like I've said many times before, which I can't iterate enough, is that I want to see what the gameplay is like with some mods to it. For example, Red Dead Redemption 2 has one, Batman Arkham Knight. And I don't know if there's any other ones. But oh, here's another one that has one. What's the game? The Harry Potter game. That one has it too. So that's pretty much it. We'll be reacting to more of the state of play that happened today, tomorrow. So I'll be looking forward to doing that for y'all, and I can't wait to see what happens, because man, I'm hoping there's some new games that come out soon, especially with Insomniac's Wolverine. Been waiting to hear about that for a while, and that's pretty much it. But anyways, I'll also be saving up for Doom: The Dark Ages. That way we can play that. Yeah, that would be good too. I just need to work on streaming earlier. And going to bed earlier for the audience to come more often. Anyways, like I said, if there's anything else that y'all would like to see on the channel, let me know. I'm still working on getting some more money to come in, so that way we can get some different games on the channel, especially newer ones. I know the first game I need to work on finishing is MLB The Show 25, and then finishing, once we're finished with that, with the story at least, we can do some other things with that game. I'll also be saving up for Madden 26 and College Football 26. If y'all want to see that on Xbox or PlayStation, let me know. I can do either one. I know they have it for PC. Let's see what else is there. And hopefully we get the Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out by the end of this year, which would be awesome, because I can't wait to play that game on the current consoles, being Xbox Series X and PS5, because man, it would be nice to see newer graphics. But yeah, like I said, I'll be finishing up the Arkham City gameplay today, and then we'll get started on Wolverine X-Men Origins Uncaged Edition right here. And once we're finished with that, we'll work on something else, which by that time we'll be caught up with Assassin's Creed 2, and I do need to work on catching up the Lego Batman 3 game, Beyond Gotham. I know we were actually in outer space. It was right after we went to the Batcave. So I need to finish up some games, and then once we finish those up, we'll get started on what was it? Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Revelation, and then we'll live stream, I think, Assassin's Creed 3. And what else is there? Basically, we're going to be playing all the way up to Syndicate is what I mean. Even the Assassin's Creed Rogue game. So, other than that, there's not too many games left to play on the channel until we get something new, which I definitely would love to live stream for y'all. The Dark Ages one. Doom the Dark Ages. Since that is something that would be great to live stream on the channel. And it is a newer game, so that'd be good to see on the channel. But without further ado, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll do some commentary and reacting to today's state of play. And we'll just do it tomorrow. And I'll see y'all next time. If there's anything else that y'all want to say before I end the live stream, let me know. And we'll get going. But yeah, we're almost on 2 hours for the live stream. Always enjoyable seeing you do this. Oh, it is. I can't wait to do it more often, especially since this is gaming channel. The other thing I want to let y'all know is this, that so my podcast that I deleted, it's no longer there. So when we figure out something else to do for the podcasts that relate to gaming, I'll do that. The football channel that I have that's all about sports, I'll be using that for the NFL history stuff. I definitely do need to work on recording some more shorter videos for this channel. Basically just trimming down some longer videos and adding that to my shorts, and then linking them to my longer gameplay videos. But anyways, there's nothing else to say. I will see y'all later. Like I said, we're almost at 2 hours with this live stream. But like I said, y'all have a good weekend. Sorry, not a good weekend. A great weekend. And we'll get started on some newer games in the future for sure. But yeah, like I said, we'll finish up Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1, and then once we're done with that, we'll get started on the second one, which is really, really good. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace. And don't forget, may the Force